this story.
Yeah.
There's a man in Chicago, right?
Uh-huh.
Who has opened up his businesses to migrants.
Do you have the link?
What do you mean?
Do you have the link to the story?
Yes, right here.
Oh, because I know I thought I was hearing that a few of them came to his door.
Oh, it says a man has taken on a mission to help asylum seekers by welcoming them into Chicago building. Now, you notice in some reports they're asylum seekers, and in some reports they're migrants.
I know.
And in some reports they're illegal aliens.
Thank you. Whoever's doing the story is telling their narrative of it.
A lucrative investment in cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Provided the funding for the mission, while Chris Amator himself provides the kindness. Amator, Chief Executive Officer of Manage Chicago, owns a South Shore neighborhood building with 8 units and 60 beds.
Yes.
And he's using one big heart to welcome in residents. He said, I worship God. I don't worship money. So I decided to put that money to do something good with it. You crack me up. Why saints do that?
He's doing something with this, like the church should be doing.
Well, we did a whole thing about how the church is supposed to be doing something.
Thank you.
The building had been vacant while this guy made fixes at the request of the city. But 54 people are now living there. He only has another 500,000 to go.
He has another building that he's going to be fixing.
No, I'm just saying that's how many people come in. That's right.
Imagine wealthy people who own property that's not being used can do what he's doing.
He said, I need to work for companions. He said, there's 60 Venezuelans here. One of the asylum seekers who is living in the building is hoping to send money back to his family in Venezuela. And after meeting the guy, he was one step closer. I was working at my house in my basement one day, and it was like 9 a.m, and someone's ringing my doorbell, and it was 4 Venezuelan migrants, he said. One of them said, I give them my office address, and I said, if you want to work, come to my office on Monday. And they showed up an hour and a half early. He said, when I found out about hundreds of migrants who were staying at the city's landing zone, he said, I visited them and offered them his place for them to live. No one was able to shower at this place. People were eating out of garbage cans.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, so I thought I would just come and help. So he bought everyone a mattress and filled their refrigerators with food. Isn't that nice?
Our country, some areas, some cities is becoming like third world country. If we don't act right, if we don't move fast, if we don't come together, this single man is doing what that lady was saying. They had arrived in some area near where we live in Woodstock, Illinois. And she said she saw them getting off the bus, waiting at the train station. She said she gathered her people and information. Let's get them coats. It's 7 degrees up here. It's below 0 one day. She said coats, boots, shoes. She moved quickly. People are so stuck in they're breaking the law. They're coming over illegal. Okay, we get it. Yes,
but that's not their fault. That's our fault for not securing the border.
I know. And until things happen with our government and they need to do what they need to do, and Abbott needs to do what he needs to do, this man is stepping up and saying,
Biden needs to do
I got property. I'm going to let them stay there and they're going to work with me. They're going to work for me. I'm going to help make sure they can do their job.
I mean, I've had a lot of success in my life and I'm very grateful to God for that. And I don't know what it is said. He said, but something snapped in me. I feel like God was telling me to help. So I feel like it's not their fault that they're able to just walk over water and come right into the country. If I was able to do it, I would too.
But they talked about that again on The View. The ladies had their view after Kamala was on there. Mm-hmm. And they had to reiterate. Remember, you guys, because Sonny said, I know, she did share that the Democrats, they put a plan out. And a lot of times you can think back and go, maybe that's true. They want Biden to fail. So a lot of times the Senate and all those representatives in the House on the Republican side may say, let's ignore this right now. If we don't say anything, if we don't do anything, it's going to make him look bad.
But I want to know.
And he won't win in the next election. Because Kamala said a plan is on the table, and they're not voting for it.
Okay, here's the question, Kamala. What's the plan?
They can't give you details on the plan.
What is this secret plan?
No, I don't say a secret, but she didn't go into details with the women at the plan.
And that's why I don't like Democrats either. I don't like Republicans and I don't like Democrats because she's on the View crying about this big plan that she's not talking about. And what they do is they take these plans and they put a lot of other line items in there. Yeah, we want to secure the border and we also want you to give $500,000.
Let's look at both sides because they fought Obama on a lot of stuff.
I agree.
Obama couldn't get nothing hardly passed. And I do understand that. And that can be a trifling spirit to do that at this election time.
But whose job?
So both sides can really work more aggressively.
Whose job is it to let the American people know that you want something done and it's not getting done? Whose job is that? That's Biden's job.
I know, but it doesn't matter. You got to start stepping up like that man.
I don't want to hear it.
No, I see what you're saying. We can sit here until Jesus comes back and be upset.
Yep.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yes, it is. That's vote.
No, other than time to vote. It's not time for us to vote yet. Let's just be real. There's nothing we can do right now but pray and intercede and say, Lord, put a fire up under our government. But until then, that man is doing something.
Well,
he's taking a building he owns. And he says,
we're talking about that. I'm talking about the Biden
No, I'm saying the root of the problem. We can't get to that root only through prayer.
But what he's doing
right now,
I like what he's doing. I'm not going to fault what he's doing. But it's the equivalent of having a house that's flooded with the sink running, and you're taking the water out in buckets, but the sink is still running.
Yeah, but you have no control over it.
No, I'm listening. So I'm saying I appreciate you're one of the people with the buckets that's helping to get the water out, but somebody has to turn the sink off. You can't just leave our border open and migrants just coming in by the thousands.
We already understand that.
No, they don't. No, we don't.
I said we. We understand
we talking to the audience. No,
I'm saying as an audience member, as a chat room visitor, as Wendy's listening, all you got is prayer right now. Because unless you are in it where you can make decisions and stick a needle in Biden and his administrative. That man is doing what he needs to do right now.
When you say that man, they think you're talking about Biden.
No, that man that's
the one in Chicago.
The rich man is in Chicago.
But what I'm talking about,
that's all I'm saying.
Right. And I'm happy.
Because I know we sound like a broken record.
I'm happy he's doing it. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that because it's not affecting people right in their face, that's why people are making such a big deal about it. You don't have a migrant sleeping outside your house unless you live in some cities that do. So that's why people aren't saying anything about it. But that is one of the main things Comb Over is going to say about Biden. And for the life of me, I don't understand why he's not taking care of that, because that's his biggest gripe against him. That's what the mega people are saying about him. If he took care of that, they wouldn't have that to say, would they?
Right now, nobody can't say nothing. That's true. Either side can't say anything.
Yeah.
Because even in support of Trump, nobody can say anything. So. Okay.
Well, he's not in office.
He's running.
I know. So they can't say something.
He may win.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying as far as we sound like broken records.
We're going to sound like it until the election. I'm going to say the same stuff over and over again.
I don't care because I know until then, I like these good heart stories though.
Right.
At least people are doing, it's a Band-Aid. You're right. It's a major cut.
Right.
And a Band-Aid can only cover so much.
Right.
But at least you're trying to put a Band-Aid on it. Rather than, what do you say? Not do anything. I'm saying for him.
Right.
And that lower bottom of the totem pole.
Right.
And we got a higher problem. Rather than,
I'm just saying, let's be the guy.
To do something.
Let's be the guy that's walking down the street, watching the house that's flooded, with the sink running water and watching people with buckets getting rid of the water. And I want to be that person that stands outside that says, can somebody just simply turn off the sink? So if I have to keep saying it over and over again, I will. And if somebody like Kamala Harris comes and says, we're trying to turn the sink off, but they won't let us, then tell us that. Mm-hmm. Tell us every time you go into the kitchen to turn the sink off, some big nose Republican is standing there stopping you from doing it.
Well, it goes back to what we're saying. A lot of times.
I don't know why I said big nose Republican.
I don't know.
All right, go ahead.
Because they'll get mad. Now you're going to get letters in text.
I have a big nose, so I can say big nose. Anyway, White House cancels $5 billion